Alright, so today's video, we're watching a cheater VOD. This one's of a Sojourn in a Gold 3 to Gold 1 ranked game on PC. They say, we started this game as normal. I followed the Sojourner's Mercy. And my duo and I were confused because she started pushing to their spawn solo, so I kept her alive. We started wondering if she was legit, but no one could see cheats in their kill cam, so we just played like normal. The play of the game also was not suspicious, and after looking at her career profile, we saw she is, I think, Masters on Tank. So we thought, well, maybe she was just good. Then we decided we could watch the replay, and there we saw it, the wall hack. But is her aim legit too? We don't know. Okay, so basically this is a kind of like a are they cheating type of concept here, right? Like I think that's kind of what's happening here. Let's see if this Sojourn is cheated. He said they're Masters on Tank. So, okay, I get that. So we'll see.
Just what I was looking for.
Definitely have good aim, as in like it's they're definitely gonna have aim here. Okay. Okay, so nothing's happening so far. I do want to say this. They said... Okay, nope, yep. Okay. Uh-huh. Alright, let's just head back for a second here. I feel like this isn't coincidental. So at first, okay, so here's my mindset going in. Here's my mindset. I'm like, okay, they said that they were Masters on Tank, and they were in a gold lobby, right? Like, sometimes, like, when you have that much of a... You know, if a Masters player or a top 500 player ends up in a gold lobby, sometimes just with the movement alone, the shots seem easy to hit. But this right here is a pretty telltale sign that they're more than likely cheating. Generally, when it comes to this, sometimes they'll get benefit of the doubt, like they were just shooting randomly. This seems like they had no idea there was a wall missing there and just started blasting on this Zarya. Like this is like almost like perfect, right? See? And then they got confused, and then they're like, uh-oh, what do we do now? So I would say they definitely are cheating. It's just now, you know, where are they at with an aimbot, etc. Like, yeah, that's the question. Oh, they're like, oh, surprise, there's a Zarya here. What?
This ends now.
I would say they probably have some type of aimbot, too. It's not like the rage hack one you see, but, like, it just seems that they're very, very accurate with their projectile stuff. So, I mean, I could be wrong, but... They definitely have wall hacks, but let's watch the rest of the way and see if I can see more of those type of moments. It's probably what we've seen. They're just wall hacking. They have their aimbot set to a certain whatever they can set it to. Yeah, you can kind of see it, like you even saw it like right there, and I'll show you what I mean. It's like they look here, and like I said, usually I can give benefit of the doubt, but what we've seen already is that I don't think they know specifically some of the walls on the map, so they look here and they're like, oh, here they are, and then they're like, oh, wait a second, they're not here, and you know, at this point they're just gonna. They're like, oh, wait a second, where could they be? Oh, they're not here. Okay, here we go.
I'm on my game now. I'm just getting started.
But yeah, I would say that without a doubt. I don't. Yeah, I have no questions on it now.
Gotta stay on your
Their aim becomes very, very accurate. And like, don't get me wrong, like you can have really good aim, but like their aim becomes almost too accurate, it feels like. Unless like they're just like a really good player who's just in a gold game somehow. But that feels like that's not the case, right? Yeah. And the Mercy block, I think. Okay, so the person that did submit the VOD is the Mercy, and they said that like they didn't know, and they wanted the other team to see kill cams, and the other team didn't like see a kill cam of it happening, so they never knew. But based off of what I've seen, it definitely looks like they are. Like it just feels like yeah, it looks. I think they're cheating. Fortunately, yeah. The tracking just like it's I'm trying to watch the movement of the other team to see if like it's very predictable too, but a lot of time it's just they straight up are just super accurate. Once it locks on, they're on them.
I'm on my game
So,
now.
yeah.
This
Yeah, it's interesting because
ends now.
initially, if it wasn't for that moment of them shooting Zarya, it would have taken a little bit to figure it out. But then the more you watch it, you're like, yeah, they're just someone who's cheating, running around, doing whatever. Like, just that's what's happening. And obviously, it feels bad because even the Mercy like submitted it and they were like they didn't know because they asked the other team and the other team just couldn't see the kill cams enough. So like, and if you watch the kill cams,
It's about to get
you might just see them hitting shots, but in reality, when you watch the full game back, you're like, yeah, they're definitely, that's what they're doing. Although one thing I will say is that they're definitely not, you know how sometimes we watch like cheaters who, will, I'll say just got rolled, who like will have terrible movement, will get stuck on things on maps, etc. I think that they have good movement. So they don't get stuck on walls a lot, or like they at least know how to move around the map. So sometimes it can be a little bit difficult for someone to see that too, when you're just like, oh, a lot of time when you watch a cheater, they're like running into walls and like getting stuck and they don't know the map as well. Like, obviously they had that issue too with like the aim or the wall hack on the Zarya, but
This ends now.
definitely cheating them. Yeah, there's no other way to, unless I'm seeing something that it looks like it's me. Pretty sure if they didn't have walls and the ult before the last one, it would have been a solo ult. That's probably true. Like, they missed that shot, but I don't look at that and go, oh, you know. I just think they have there's some type of aim thing they have. And, yeah, it's that. That's how I feel about it. It's not like it's not at 200% is what I'm saying. It's probably at like 60%, 70%.
About to get real.
Oh, I know that was so. You mentioned like the predictable movement on the other team. That part like is where I would have struggled a little bit at the beginning when it comes to predictable movement. Like that was the part I was looking at first, and it wasn't until they looked at the Zarya through the wall where I was like, okay, wait a second, they're clearly cheating. Like they wouldn't have. They just basically were doing something. Maybe they were like adjusting their cheats, and when they came back, they thought the Zarya was in a spot right in front of them. They started shooting at him through a wall and went, uh-oh, that's a wall. And like after that, so. That's where initially I would have looked at him and like, okay, you know, predictable movement, you know, it's a little bit obvious here and there, like, but that is kind of where they basically just hecked up. They were cheating. They were not going to make it as obvious at first, and then they shot him through the wall, and that was that. You says you don't know why the Mercy is pocketing them, because so the Mercy did submit this VOD, and they said they had no idea, and even when they asked the other team didn't really know. Because when they watched the kill cams, it wasn't like they were rage hacking, like spin botting through walls, so the Mercy we're just playing the game at that point, right? So like it's one of those things where I wouldn't fault them a ton on that unless the other, you know what I mean? Like the other team was saying, yeah, we don't, I don't know, we don't think so, right? And it wasn't until they went into the replay and then obviously saw the obvious wall hack that really kind of solidified that they were, right? So. But I just feel like a lot of the time they're... Yeah. I mean, is there an off chance it's like some player? But I just think that Zarya one was too ridiculous. Yeah, and then that is true. Like, the left click is a projectile, or the right click, I don't know. I rebound my key, so I forgot what key it is now. But the non-railgun, where you like take the one shot, that's hit scan. But like the shots before that to build up your energy are non-hit scan. So sometimes with projectiles, it's really hard to tell, but... That felt like it was fairly obvious, right? When I say fairly, you know, I'm pretty sure they were cheating. They were very, 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 very accurate. They kind of knew where people were. They had multiple moments of looking at people through walls. Obviously, they accidentally started shooting at a Zarya through a wall, and it wasn't like it was like, oh, you know, they were missing a little bit here and there, and then it was just by coincidental. It felt like they just hecked up on that one. That was it. So yes, I would say they're cheating. Based off of what I saw, they were cheating. If you know, in the comments you disagree, etc., definitely let us know what you saw, and all that can be helpful. But from my point of view, it looked like they were. So definitely let me know. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't, leave a comment. All that helps. If you want to submit your own video like this or a spectating, etc., look in the description below. You see my Discord. That is where you would do that. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chat below the webcam. I'll stream on YouTube. Stop by. We have a lot of fun here. With that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day/night.